With the next season of Survivor coming up with season 41, I want to take some time to talk about what I want from the next season, and more importantly, this next era of Survivor. Personally, I think season 41 is incredibly important because the misstep ones, like I did with Island of the Idols, is one thing, but then the world got shut down, and we had the longest hiatus in Survivor history, meaning that this season has more anticipation and expectations placed on its shoulders than ever before, and at the end of the day, really needs to be a home run hit to solidify Survivor's place in the post-Winners at War world. However, I'm getting more scared by the day as more and more information comes out about the season. Things like the 26-day format, the game within the game, penalties for losing, and much more. And so in today's video, I'm going to discuss what I think Survivor needs to be successful moving forward, along with why season 41 could fail.
Your mind's going crazy, and I would throw on Survivor and I would just binge watch it all day and all night.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Survivor Retrospect. Welcome back to another Survivor video. If you are new to this channel, over the past 40 days leading up to the premiere of Survivor Season 41, I posted daily Survivor videos. Yesterday, we concluded the 40-day adventure with covering Survivor Winners at War, and I took a nice long 12-hour vacation, and now I'm back to give you more Survivor content. If you want to get caught up in all 40 of my Survivor retrospective videos, then I recommend checking out the link to the playlist in my description, as it includes every single one of those videos, from Season 1 to Season 40. Also, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We've got a lot to cover though, and you're going to want to stick around to the very end as we discuss the new Shot in the Dark Tribal Council mechanic. So let's get into it.
21 years, Survivor has continued to evolve by pushing the envelope and testing the players.
There are a lot of changes happening this season with Survivor, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them scare me. Before I move forward, I just want to say that there will be no direct spoilers in this video, as I'll be strictly discussing things that Jeff Probst has discussed in his various ads and trailers. And I guess as well, there will be some spoilers to past seasons of Survivor, as we need to compare these things together. This is a live transition with a 3-second warning. You have been warned.
The game is kind of like the monster in a horror movie. When it's chasing you in the kitchen, you don't stop and ask where it came from.
Any Survivor video discussing season 41 needs to at very least have 3 seconds dedicated to the monster of Survivor, because Jeff Probst and the Survivor marketing team has really gone all in with the monster angle. So at this point, if when you are voted out and a monster doesn't appear from the shadows to eat you, I will be officially disappointed. My best guess would be the monster is more of a metaphor for how difficult the season of Survivor will be, and don't worry, we'll be discussing all that difficulty a little later in the video, but I want to explore the idea of the Survivor monster a little more, as I think it's going to get a little meta this season. And it's actually been confirmed that Survivor will reach a whole new level this season regarding the meta, as Jeff will be breaking the fourth wall and talking to the audience. This already scares me a lot, and I'm so conflicted on what to think about this. See, what I don't want to happen is Survivor to take the season 1 route and have Jeff walk around explaining to us what is going on. I get that we needed that during Survivor Borneo because it had never been done before, but it doesn't need to be handled like this during Survivor Season 41. On the other side of things, if done correctly, I think it adds a lot of interesting moments to the episodes. Take the best edited episodes in recent years, with Survivor trying new things, with having flashbacks. I think breaking the fourth wall would work really well this season if it is able to be incorporated with some of the fancy new editing tricks.
What he doesn't know, 20 minutes ago, I told Julia, once you go through Joe's bag, I could keep him at the watering hole.
Survivor 41 is supposedly going to be the hardest Survivor season of all time, and maybe that works right back in with the comparison before regarding the monster. Production really is going out of their way this season to make the players work for everything they have, and once they have it, there's no promises that they'll get to keep it. Starting things out on day 1, they're going to be given 0 food, 0 rice, and minimal supplies to build a shelter. This means the survival component is 100% going to be back this season, at least early on for the first couple of episodes, because if the players do not work together to survive, they will run out of steam quickly with having no food and no supplies. And for the first time in Survivor history, there's a larger penalty for losing that's bigger and more complex than just going to tribal council.
There's also going to be penalties for losing. It's not enough that you lose the immunity challenge and have to go to tribal. You're also going to lose your flint until the next immunity challenge.
Losing a challenge means no flint, and no flint means no fire. And in a game where fire represents your life, I'm thinking when your fire is gone, you're gonna be gone too. This is honestly game changing. It might be a little bit of getting too much of what you wish for. For years and years, the community has been begging Jeff Probst to have the game return to its roots, with making it harder as it's gotten easier and easier as the years have gone on. Again, just like like breaking the fourth wall. The idea of making the game harder really scares me. The thing about Survivor being a survival show has slowly shifted into being more strategically heavy. I like seeing the players hunt for food and work together to survive. However, if you make it too difficult, they're just going to end up having zero energy. Survivor is a TV show first, and having zero energy is not compelling television. Take Survivor Fiji, for example.
Survivor is back!
We're back, and the excitement and the enthusiasm and the energy is really big.
If I was a betting man, I would go all in with guessing the reason Survivor decided to make the survival aspect so difficult this season was because the game was only going to be played for 26 days. There's already been tons of videos covering the 26-day format, so I'm not going to go in too much detail with that, but Survivor always tends to get difficult and more difficult to get through in the last couple of days, and so making the game more difficult this season may just be a result of balancing things out with there only being 26 days.
Survivor is always 39 days, but even knowing that that is no longer on the table, like, they're gonna throw anything at us.
Survivor fans do not need to fear, as the 26 days will not affect the show from a viewing perspective, as there will still be someone going home every single week with the regular episode count. However, it'll always be something in the back of our minds knowing that they're only going to be out there for 26 days.
Game Within the Game is an interactive experience for junior future Survivor players, where they'll have to spot and solve rebus puzzles hidden within each episode.
All you junior Survivor players out there better start listening, because this one is for you. This is one of those things where I look back on and wish Jeff could have done this 10 years ago when I was first watching Survivor. The Game Within the Game is going to be a mini repulse puzzles that can be solved after the episodes, and I could see this going either one of two different ways. Either it adds absolutely nothing for older Survivor fans and becomes a non-factor, or the game gets too meta and obvious and the puzzles end up spoiling the entire season. I would prefer it to just be a non-factor for the adult viewers and be something small and fun to help keep the kids engaged. My issue is going to be if the puzzles end up spoiling the season for us, and really only time will tell with what the Game Within the Game will turn into.
There will be new advantages.
Those idols are going to be mine. Advantages should be mine. You know what I'm saying? I think I got everything it takes to win.
This is going to be the part of the video where I want you guys to comment down below your thoughts on Survivor always feeling the need to add advantages into the game. I would love to know your thoughts, as I feel like you either love it or you hate it. Personally, I think the best spot to sit in the good old advantage debate is right in the middle. We don't want advantage getting to happen ever again, but Survivor needs to continue to feel fresh, and I don't think they'd be successful in this era of the show with having no advantages in the game.
We also have another new twist at Tribal Council called the Shot in the Dark. It's a Hail Mary. You only want to use this if you truly think you're in trouble because you're sacrificing your vote.
And then we have the new Shot in the Dark twist. At the time of recording this video, I have not seen the first episode of season 41 yet, but this new game mechanic intrigues me so much. My best guess would be it's similar to the safety without power that we saw Jeremy use in Survivor Winners at War. However, I think the Shot in the Dark mechanic will have no guarantee of working out in your favor. There's a chance that you will be safe, maybe with a dice roll, I'm not too sure, but you 100% will lose your vote at Tribal Council. This would become way too powerful if the players would constantly spam it every single Tribal Council, and so my hope is that every player will get one shot in the dark per season. And I'm just gonna say it, I really like this. I think it's gonna give us tons of exciting moments.
Don't go for the gusto, as Wendell Holland would say. You're gonna get your torch snuffed.
Normally in my past 40 videos, I like to wrap things up nicely and then give my final rating of the season. Obviously, we have no idea what season 41 has in store yet, so think of this as a Survivor perspective instead of a Survivor retrospective. I hope the season of Survivor blows our expectations out of the water and delivers an amazing season. However, with everything they are adding into the game and throwing random twists and ideas at the wall, I'm overwhelmed to say the least. What all the best seasons of Survivor have in common is that production steps back and lets the players play the game. From the looks of things right now, I am absolutely loving this cast, and I hope production trusts them to play the game out. If you watched all the way until this point, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel with the bell turned on so you never miss my future Survivor content. Prepare for the worst and pray for the best. I'll see you guys on the other side of the first episode of season 41.